What's up everyone, this is Kevin Scanlon Jr., your financial tutor. We have finally finished renovations and spent tens of thousands of dollars in several months renovating this rental property. If you guys haven't already seen the original video where we do the walkthrough when I purchased this property to see what it looked like before all these renovations, there's going to be a link down below. There's also, you can click on the screen as well. But let me say, it looks completely different. So we're going to have a walkthrough and you can see the dramatic changes we did throughout this video. I spent a lot of money, energy, and time in renovating this building and also creating this video for you guys. So if you could smash that like button, that would be huge. Also stick around for the end of the video because I'm going to have my overall feedback and ways you could also save thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars when you're renovating your rental property, and my personal feedback and what I actually learned from this whole process. Throughout the video, when I talk about the new changes and what renovations were done, we're going to have the cost come up on the corner of the screen, and then also in the other corner of the screen, we're going to have the running total, just so you're going to have an idea of how much renovations cost if you're thinking about renovating your own investment property. Also, make sure to subscribe because I have tons of more content coming out your guys' way. I also renovated my unit below as well, and I'm also doing Airbnb. So I'm going to make another separate video on my first 30 days experience with doing Airbnb and seeing how much of that sweet money that I made. But anyways guys, let's get started with this walkthrough and see all the different renovations and how different it looks now. So let's get started. So we walk in right here and basically everything that you've seen here is brand new or recently painted. So even this, used to be wood stairs shown before. I was thinking about getting it stained, but stained was gonna be a lot more than just getting it painted. And then all the drywalls were painted this light gray that you'll see throughout the house. Another thing I didn't point out in the other video is that the actual drywall, when you walked in, it had a bunch of plaster missing on the ceiling right here. So we got all that situated and smoothed out. So like I say, it looks night and day difference in here. And then we have the door painted as well to match everything. And then here's just a look downstairs. So it's a lot cleaner. I do have to go through and then sweep all this and mop it just because it has some traction, but it's an exterior paint. The handrail is painted too, and then also the window casing right here. But let's get into the main show right here. This is gonna be the living room. Like I said, it looks dramatically different right when you walk in. Let's shut the door right here. And here's a little overview of everything right here. So from here, we stained the floors, sanded them down and stained them here in the bedroom and the other bedroom as well on this floor. We replaced all the windows as well, besides two of them in this duplex unit. Until they're a lot nicer. Actually make it seem pretty quiet up here with passing cars, and then also you don't have that film that was over them before. So we have the first bedroom right here, which is off the living room. So the only thing we did in here was paint everything, put up the same shelving up there. We did put a new light fixture up top, and then sanded and stained the floors as well. They're a different type of wood compared to these two, but we tried our best, tried to get them to match. Then closet, just put a light bulb up there that has a casing so you can't hit it or break the light. But yeah, it's a really small room. It would make for a good office. But yeah, didn't spend too much money in here. Now over here, there's something dramatically different right here. We no longer have the spiral metal staircase going up to the top duplex of the unit. So we actually built out a whole staircase. And I gotta say, it looks completely different. It's a lot safer now. Now you don't have to worry about missing a step and falling down the staircase. So it looks a lot nicer. We're gonna take a look at that in a little bit. Here's the bathroom. And then before we go in the bathroom, I just want to show that we did replace all the lighting. We ended up going with the 2-track lightings over there. As you can see, one lighting fixture right there, and the same one up above as well. But it really does brighten up the room. And I gotta say, overall, this room turned out really nice. Like I said, night and day difference. All right, we're gonna check out the bathroom right here. So you walk in, right away you can see all the storage right now. And you have this nice tile work that goes all the way up. You have your mirror and bathroom. Then we also did a little nice thing with like I mentioned in the last video, we get the gas meter up here. So now it's not ugly showing. We have nice cabinets right here. Close it, and then also gives you a little bit of storage as well. And right here, the bathroom came out really nice. All the tile work. We did decide to stick with the actual window right there, but all new tub tile work. Try to save as the same supplies or materials that we did before, but a lot of it was replaced throughout this building, like brand new toilet, tile of course, tile up in the shower. I believe we did save the fixtures that were from before, but it does have a new shower head. This is the old window that was there before. We did put new lighting in. Then we're gonna take out and look over here. So this closet is brand new, like I said before. It was the spiral metal staircase. Now the stairwell, just a little closet right here, nothing too crazy, but it does give you more storage. Any storage in Chicago, it's really nice. And I did put a little Nest thermostat. Some of you guys might be asking, Kevin, why are you putting a Nest, especially if this is a rental? Firstly, I think it's really nice for the renters to have a Nest so they can control it. I can also monitor the temperature, especially Chicago temperature. Make sure that it doesn't have any freeze-up pipes. If I need to turn up the heat, I can do it remotely from my phone. And also another big thing is with ComEd, there's rebates. So I think I actually ended up paying, I believe, $30 for this Nest when they retail for, I believe this one's like 160, 170, and I also got a free Google Home. So it actually worked out really well. So another dramatic change is the kitchen right here. Night and day difference. Give you guys a little bit better of an overview. A little better shot right here. We have these nice, they're actual wooden cabinets. We don't have those crappy ones before, and they're the nice self-closing ones. The easy close so they don't slam in. So really high quality. I ended up actually getting these handles off the Amazon. I believe I spent, I want to say $30 for these handles, and I got them for the whole kitchen. So that was a big deal right there. The appliances are all Samsung. I picked them up from Lowe's. And I did take a little hint from Graham Stephan, and what I did was originally went to Lowe's, tried to get them to give me their best offer. And then after that, I went to Home Depot, see if they could beat it. And then ended up going back to Lowe's and then getting a good deal, and also got a couple rebates with it as well. I think I got over $400 in rebates that I got back from buying this whole kitchen set. The countertops too, I actually went out to a bunch of different vendors and I ended up getting a really good deal on these. All new granite countertops, brand new, for $1,000 installed. I thought that was a pretty good price. A lot of the materials too were priced from Lowe's, which I ended up getting a really good deal on it. And that's pretty much it for the kitchen. With the bedroom right here. So they did try to sand it and stain it and try to match as much as they can. But this is, I believe, bamboo, so a completely different type of wood that's in the living room and then also in that bedroom over there. But I think it turned out pretty nice. And then for this room, we didn't do too much. We just painted it, put a new light fixture in, and then sanded the floors. One thing to note though that I did note in the other video is that I was actually missing this top window when I moved in. The first night I was sleeping in this room. I went to go close this window and I realized it was completely gone and they had a film over it. And that was one of the big reasons why I ended up replacing a lot of these windows. But looking back on it, I spent $6,150 around there, I believe. And I ended up replacing, I think, 18 windows or so, and ended up coming out to about $550 per these windows. But going back now, I would actually probably just replace the ones that actually really needed it, especially with this being a rental. So with this one being gone, I should have probably only replaced this one and a couple of the other ones. Even though those were really bad condition, I should have just cleaned them up. I could have saved myself maybe $4,000 to $5,000. Yeah, my average price per window would have probably gone up to like double, to probably be like $1,000 per window. But if I'm gonna replace in a couple, it would have saved me a lot of money in the long term. So that's definitely one thing to consider, especially when you're not living in these properties. You wanna make sure that they look really nice, but at the same time, one of the big things I learned is you don't wanna be spending money where you don't need to. So we also put in closet doors right there with the light fixture. And I think this room turned out pretty well. All right, now we're gonna head upstairs and check to see what we did up there. First off, before getting up there, we have this stairwell, that staircase that talked about. Came out really nice. We also installed carpet for all of upstairs. This nice hand railing right here. And it looks completely different. Like I said, it's a lot safer now, especially with tenants. I don't have to worry about someone falling off the stairwell and getting sued. So I'm really happy we ended up going that route. We have the same carpet all throughout upstairs, besides the utility room and bathroom. We'll take a look at that in a second. So here's the master bedroom. It's pretty big. The only things we did in here was paint everything and then put up a new light fixtures. These are the same windows as before, so we're able to save a little bit of money there. But I think, yeah, this room turned out extremely well. And we just put a new door in over there. You have the nice view of the park across the street. Looks like that's a pretty big park. And you also have like the indoor swimming pool and like a YMCA over there. So that was one of the big reasons why I actually ended up buying this property, just because I know they're not going to be building across from me. As well as there's a brand new grocery store and a lot of apartments going up around. Maybe in a separate video I could talk about that, why I ended up buying this property, if you guys would be interested in this. So taking a look at this bathroom, it looks completely different. So we did quite a bit. We raised the ceilings up here. And the shower turned out really nice. Before there used to be this pillar going all the way up, blocked out the shower. So I think, yeah, this turned out extremely well. So now someone of average height could actually take a shower in here. We have nice little storage in here as well, especially because it was lacking it before. Yeah. So it made the whole bathroom seem a lot bigger. Like I said before, I believe the ceiling height, I would say went up to right here before, a little bit above the door. So now we made it go up about a half a foot or so, and it looks completely different now. Alright, then we're gonna take a look at this bedroom right here. So this would be the fourth bedroom. We did get brand new windows in here. We no longer have the AC unit in here because we have brand new AC installed. Let's take a look at that in a second. And yeah, just put in closet doors, new shelving in the closet, and then just painted everything, and new light fixture for here. So it wasn't too much on the wall for this room. So big change right here is the utilities room, or the laundry room. We have a brand new closet door. We ended up keeping the washing machine. It worked, there's no point to replace it. But we ended up buying a new dryer. But I think this room turned out really well. We got it drywalled completely now and painted. And then over here, so we ended up buying a new sink. It was pretty cheap. Going back now, I probably would have just kept the other one, just to save a little bit on cost. We have a brand new electric water heater. And before, we have a lot of the vents were missing, not missing, but they were not properly installed. They were installed by someone that doesn't actually do this for a living, so it was really nice to have a professional come in here. Then over here, brand new furnace and AC installed as well. So before, a big thing, the furnace was, I believe, from 1987, and I figured the furnace was going to go out pretty soon. I know, especially with the rentals, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's a big saying. But one thing, I already guessed that I was going to install the AC unit, so why not update the furnace as well? I know I was getting quotes for crazy amount for doing the AC by itself, so I got a great price on both of them. And if I figured if I had to have someone come out again, it would probably cost me another 30 or 40% more than if I were to knock them out at the same time. Especially with it being really old, figured might as well get it replaced up now, and I'm kind of glad I did for that. Right here we just had the electric room. For here we just painted everything and then drywalled it as well. And then we just tossed in some extra rug in there as well. So the last room we have over here is for this little bonus room like we talked about last time. So I ended up keeping the same flooring in here just because I figured it's not going to be used as a bedroom. Most likely it's going to be storage, or if someone wants to put like an office back here. We did just replace the door, and then we put a new closet in as well, and then also a new light fixture. But yeah, try to spend as little as possible throughout the building as we could. So throughout this whole journey of renovating this unit, I had gained tons of experience and feedback from doing this whole process and spending all my time, energy, a over several months and tens of thousands of dollars in doing this renovations. Tip number one that I learned is being in real estate investing, you definitely are in the people business, especially when it comes to renovating a place. You're constantly working with contractors, subcontractors, and it's very important to have that overall guidance of what's going on. Make sure you guys are on the same terms, following up with someone, making sure that the work is completed and is good quality. So you definitely have to have the interaction and know how to work with people. Feedback number two of what I learned from doing these renovations, it's huge to get as many bids as you can for certain products that you're getting sold, especially if they're going to cost several thousands of dollars. It's very important so you can save that sweet money. When it comes, for example, when I saw these windows, I originally got quoted, I believe by Home Depot, for around $11,000 for 18 windows to get replaced in this unit and then the top duplex part as well, which I thought was outrageous. I was getting pressured into signing that day so I could save an additional 10%. But I'm so glad I didn't sign up. I believe getting about 5 or 6 bids. And the windows in the company that I went with ended up costing me around $6,100. And they're very high quality. The company was great to work with. And I'm extremely grateful that I took my time and didn't sign that day, because then I ended up getting a great product and save almost half. So I did this constantly throughout the whole renovations, such as painting. I got about half of what my bids were. Same for staining the floors, and it's really important to get a lot of bids and do your due diligence and when you're looking into these companies and making sure that they give you good price, but more importantly, good work. My third piece of advice that I learned from this process is making sure that you have reserves. I originally thought, quoted myself, $55,000 to $50,000 for renovations, and surprisingly, I was spot on, especially for my first renovation. But that was originally with me thinking that it was going to cost $40,000 to do this whole renovations, and then I also gave myself, a decent amount of buffer, anywhere from 10 to 15,000, because I thought there would be some unexpected charges that come up, and they definitely do. For me, for example, I didn't think I would be replacing the furnace. For the windows, I thought I was going to be keeping all of them besides the one in the bedroom that was broken. And even for the kitchen, I didn't think I would be getting brand new cabinets. So I'm really glad that I added the actual buffer and had the actual reserves for the money for the renovations, because if I didn't and thought, I won't my original budget and that's all the money I had, I would have been definitely out of luck and could have halted all the renovations right there. So definitely pay key attention to having your reserves for that capital in case anything goes wrong. My fourth and final tip that I learned from doing these renovations is networking. So I got a lot of my renovations through Angie's List and doing online Yelp reviews, but also you don't really know who you're dealing with. Some of these reviews might be fake, and a lot of the prices I was getting from these companies were pretty outrageous, as I mentioned in other tips. So through networking, I was able to find my carpet guy, my contractor that did all the work and the labor for doing the kitchen, and then the bathrooms, and my overall staircase and everything. So I was able to find these guys through other people, through Bigger Pockets, or just talking about investing in real estate. And from there, I asked them if they had any referrals, and it turned out that they did great work all throughout the building, and on top of giving me a great price. So it was definitely a huge help to network and get these contacts, and now I can use them in the future for other investment properties that I have. Well, that's it for all the renovations that I did for this property. Like I said, it took me months and tens of thousands of dollars, and I hope that you guys can learn something from this video. So maybe this could save you a couple hundred or hopefully a couple $1,000s if you're thinking about doing investment property, or if you just want to make some upgrades in your own property as well. Like I said, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. I'm going to have tons of more content coming your guys' way. If you guys have any video suggestions or anything you want to see in real estate or other aspects of personal finance, please drop a comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. This is your financial tutor, Kevin Scanlon Jr., signing off. Peace.